cobblestones of a surreal boulevard, where reality is fragile and the illusions are hard. Vendors selling glass jars filled with forgotten dreams. Nothing in this bizarre district is exactly what it seems. I trade a silver coin for a potion of lost memories, unlocking the incredibly strange multi-dimensional keys. The sky above is painted a swirling, impossible magenta, wandering blindly into the completely unknown center.
Clocks on the brick walls are ticking entirely backward. The gravitational pull is feeling incredibly awkward. Buying a handful of stardust from the merchant tent, wondering exactly where the concept of sanity went. The psychic readers deciphered the patterns in the smoke, revealing the cosmic punchline of the universal joke. I am a traveler stuck between the shifting parallel realms, navigating a ship with absolutely no recognizable helm.
The architecture bends and twists in the strange twilight, eradicating the boundary between the day and the night. A magical realism, heavy dripping from the eaves, gathering the fallout, glowing supernatural leaves. Getting lost forever down on Mystic Avenue, discovering a completely different alternate view where the impossible happens on a daily routine. The most hallucinatory, bizarre ever seen. Mystic Avenue, a tear in the dimensional fabric, experiencing the highly unusual auditory magic.
Lanterns floating upwards without any visible strings, listening to the mutant bird that telepathically sings. The bass line is a snake charmer mesmerizing the mind, leaving the logical, rational explanations far behind. I purchase a map that constantly changes its own ink, sitting at the edge of the incredibly terrifying brain. The shopkeepers speak a language of pure ringing bells, trapped inside their beautiful, fascinating, dizzying spells.
Mirrors reflecting faces that I have never actually worn, watching a beautiful miniature acoustic galaxy be born. My shadow detaches itself and dances on the brick wall, answering the incredibly strange supernatural call. Drinking a neon elixir that allows me to finally fly, hovering gently beneath the impossible magenta sky. The reggae rhythm warps and bends out a natural shape, providing a magnificent, deeply psychological escape. The architecture bends and twists in the strange twilight, eradicating the boundary between the day and the night. A magical realism, heavily dripping from the eaves, gathering the falling, glowing supernatural leaves. Getting lost forever down on Mystic Avenue, discovering a completely different alternate view where the impossible happens on a daily routine. The most hallucinatory, bizarre ever seen. Mystic Avenue, a tear in the dimensional fabric, experiencing the highly unusual auditory magic. Do not try to find the exit, just enjoy the strange ride. Let the multi-dimensional current be your only guide. The ordinary world is incredibly boring anyway, deciding to permanently, voluntarily, magically stay. Time is melting. Look in the mirror, bending reality, lost away, getting lost forever down on Mystic Avenue, discovering a completely different alternate view where the impossible happens on a daily routine. The most hallucinatory, bizarre ever seen. Mystic Avenue, a tear in the dimensional fabric, experiencing the highly unusual auditory magic. Rolling the complex blueprints across the marble table, constructing a dynasty that is fundamentally stable. We are the architects of a brand new acoustic dimension, commanding the absolute, undivided global attention. Columns forged from the purest, reverberating sound, establishing our sovereignty upon this fertile ground. I wear the invisible crown of the auditory queen, surveying the most magnificent kingdom ever seen.
Laying down the heavy foundation with the massive base, expanding the borders of our designated royal space. Ambassadors of the rhythm, diplomats of the beat, signing cultural treaties on the newly paved street. Our monarchy is not built upon tyrannical oppression, but on the joyful release of musical expression, guarding the palace gates with the heavy amplifier, fueling the eternal inextinguishable kingdom fire. Expanding the magnificent territory mile by mile, ruling the population with an undeniable style. The Constitution is written in a melodic code, paving a glorious, prosperous, everlasting road. Welcome to the unparalleled, majestic groove empire, elevating the collective civilization significantly higher. A dynasty functioning on the perfect reggae time, achieving a supremacy that is absolutely sublime. Groove empire, an unbreakable sovereign state, mastering the unpredictable, complicated fate. Summoning the royal council to the central courtyard, patrolling the perimeter with the dedicated vanguard. The treasury is filled with exclusive rare vinyl plates, dictating the incredibly heavy universal exchange rates. We conquer the negativity with a peaceful invasion, rising beautifully to meet every single grand occasion. The banners are waving proudly in the high altitude wind, forgiving the territories that are previously sinned. Draped in the luxurious velvet of the ultimate conqueror, acting as the supreme benevolent musical emperor. The citizens rejoice when the royal procession begins, washing away the sorrow and the historical sins. My throne is constructed from the finest mahogany wood, ruling the dominion exactly as a matriarch should. The legacy is cemented deeply into the bedrock, impervious to the terrifying external violence shock. Spanning the magnificent territory mile by mile, ruling the population with an undeniable style. The Constitution is written in a melodic code, paving a glorious, prosperous, everlasting road. Welcome to the unparalleled, majestic groove empire, elevating the collective civilization significantly higher. A dynasty functioning on the perfect reggae time, achieving a supremacy that is absolutely sublime. Groove empire, an unbreakable sovereign state, mastering the unpredictable, complicated fate. The sun never sets upon this auditory grand domain, washing the kingdom with the purifying gentle rain. Long live the rhythm, long live the majestic bass, preserving the dignity of the entire human race. Why I decree, hear the mandate, the empire
plantains and a heavy bag of rice. Taxis honking loudly in the congested traffic jam, buying a delicious patty filled with spicy lamb. Vibrant dresses spinning in the afternoon heat, navigating carefully the chaotic busy street. Haggling for a bargain on the corner sidewalk, listening to the locals enthusiastically talk.
Slamming the domino piece up on the wooden table, shouting at my brother because I am completely able. Drinking white rum from a tiny plastic cup, watching the neighborhood rude boys sizing me up.
Stray dogs barking wildly at the passing cars, hiding my heavy cash inside the glass jars. Corrugated zinc fences painted in green and gold, a magnificent story that is waiting to be told.
The pulse of the capital beating relentlessly, surviving the struggle entirely beautifully. A rough exterior hiding a magnificent heart, tearing the oppressive, corrupt system apart.
Standing firmly up on the Kingston block, surviving the daily unpredictable hard shock. The undisputed epicenter of the reggae sound, where the greatest musicians are easily found. Kingston block, rough around the sharp edges, fulfilling the local community pledges.
Police cruisers flashing their bright blue lights, patrolling the avenues during the humid nights. But the sound system operator drops the heavy needle, exposing the corrupt politicians acting incredibly feeble. A massive clash between the rival audio crews, broadcasting the authentic underground news. Bass speakers vibrating the peeling window frame, playing the dangerous, highly competitive game.
Smoke rising thickly from the jerk chicken grill, serving up the plates with an exceptional skill. Barefoot children running through the narrow alleyway, making up fantastic games that they love to play. The aroma of spices saturating the thick air, a beautiful resilience that is incredibly rare. Mothers sitting on the porch, braiding their daughters' hair, handling the extreme pressure with a fabulous flair. The pulse of the capital beating relentlessly, surviving the struggle entirely beautifully. A rough exterior hiding a magnificent heart, tearing the oppressive, corrupt system apart. Standing firmly up on the Kingston block, surviving the daily unpredictable hard shock. The undisputed epicenter of the reggae sound, where the greatest musicians are easily found. Kingston block, rough around the sharp edges, fulfilling the local community pledges. Downtown great mixes with the uptown flair, creating an atmosphere completely beyond compare. From Trench Town to Puppy, the energy is immense, jumping wildly over the high concrete fence. Streets are hot, real life, watch your step. Standing firmly upon the Kingston block, surviving the daily unpredictable hard shock. The undisputed epicenter of the reggae sound, where the greatest musicians are easily found. Kingston block, rough around the sharp edges, fulfilling the local community pledges. City never sleeps, block is alive, respect the streets, Kingston town. Standing in the vocal booth, adjusting my hair, headphones, singing into the condenser, finding the perfect tones. The engineer is separated by a pane of thick glass, waiting for the initial recording sequence to pass. I deliver the lyrics with the precise, sharp attack, and listen to my own voice beautifully bouncing back, multiplying syllables until they fill the room. A flower of audio that is beginning to bloom.
Sitting at the soundboard, twisting the plastic knobs, performing the most crucial of all the studio jobs.
Routing the cables through the complicated patch bay, manipulating time to create the perfect delay. The reel to reel is spinning, capturing the magic tape, giving the invisible audio a physical shape. Pushing the faders upward, increasing the feedback loop, cooking up a magnificent sonic alphabet soup. Analog equipment glowing with the vintage warmth, creating a terrifying, beautiful acoustic storm. Milliseconds stretch out into an eternity, unlocking the secrets of audio geometry. We are mixing the delay, jam bending the clock, a synchronized, rhythmic, oscillating shock echoes colliding against the padded studio wall. I'm mesmerizing, repetitive, hypnotic, or delay jam, filtering the high and low EQ, a technological masterpiece created just for you.
Splicing the magnetic ribbon with the razor blade, preserving the glorious masterpiece that we have made. Adding a phaser effect to the rhythm guitar, making it sound like it originated from a star. The compressor squashes down the heavy kick drum, while the parametric equalizer creates a gentle hum. A scientist of sound experimenting with the gear, crafting the frequency perfectly for the human ear.
My chorus overlaps itself in a cascading wave, a musical phenomenon that I completely crave. Breathing into the microphone, creating a stormy gust, shaking off the decades of accumulated dust. Panning switch my vocals from the left to the right, a dizzying stereo, spectacular acoustic flight. I am an instrument played by the master technician, completing the ultimate auditory expedition. Analog equipment glowing with the vintage warmth, creating a terrifying, beautiful acoustic storm. Milliseconds stretch out into an eternity, unlocking the secrets of audio geometry. We are mixing the delay, jam bending the clock, a synchronized, rhythmic, oscillating shock echoes colliding against the padded studio wall. I'm mesmerizing, repetitive, hypnotic, oh, delay jam, filtering the high and low EQ, a technological masterpiece created just for you. Turn up the reverb, make it sound like a cave, ultraviolet rays blasting directly from the tweeter, shattering the glass of the musical thermometer, sunbathing luxuriously inside the audio waves. This is the thermal energy that my body craves, sweating profusely inside this sonic humid sauna, absorbing the frequencies like the tropical flora. My skin is radiating a dangerous spicy energy, igniting a magnificent acoustic emergency.
Geothermal eruptions happening under the floor, volcanic magma flowing directly through the door, tectonic friction generating a massive warmth, creating a terrifyingly hot storm.
Celsius is rising rapidly, Fahrenheit is peaking, the amplifier coils are literally loudly freaking. Coals burning brightly inside the speaker cabinet, the hottest climate on the entire audio planet. Boiling the liquid instantly with a single note, melting the ice completely, watching the glaciers float. Thermodynamics taking over the entire room, incinerating the freezing winter, erasing the gloom, experiencing the extreme scorching base heat, burning the pavement underneath our dancing feet. A tropical temperature causing a massive sweat, the most explosive audio climate you ever met. Bass heat, radiating a dangerous infrared glow, melting the frost and evaporating the snow.
Fanning the heavy invisible musical flames, destroying the competitors in their silly games, roasting the rhythm to absolute pure perfection, a blazing undeniable fiery sound selection, stepping carefully on the scorching red coals, injecting the fire directly into our deep souls. The radiator is broken, the thermostat is cracked, the winter atmosphere has been completely hacked.
Sunburn developing from the glowing synthesizer, the DJ acts as the ultimate thermal advisor, baking entirely underneath the heavy drum beat, unable to escape the incredibly intense heat. Lava dripping slowly from the heavy microphone, entering a totally blistering, dangerous zone. My silhouette is shimmering in the heat mirage, surviving this magnificent scorching mirage. Boiling the liquid instantly with a single note, melting the ice completely, watching the glaciers float. Thermal dynamics taking over the entire room, incinerating the freezing winter, erasing the gloom, experiencing the extreme scorching base heat, burning the pavement underneath our dancing feet. A tropical temperature causing a massive sweat, the most explosive audio climate you ever met. Bass heat, radiating a dangerous infrared glow, melting the frost and evaporating the snow.
Evaporate the negativity, burn away the stress. In this auditory oven we find our success. The subwoofers act like a gigantic solar flare, sending all the oxygen directly out of the air.
Too hot, melting down, feel the burn, Fahrenheit peaking, experiencing the extreme scorching base heat, burning the pavement underneath our dancing feet. Tropical temperature causing a massive sweat, the most explosive audio climate you ever met. Base heat, radiating a dangerous infrared glow, melting the frost and evaporating the snow, cooling down, ice melting, thermal overload, fire out. frosted glass of my brownstone flat, wondering where the warmth of the summer went and sat. Snowflakes descending upon the incredibly quiet street, burying the memories beneath the terrifying white sheet. Tears freezing instantly upon my shivering cheek, feeling emotionally drained, vulnerable and weak. The radiator hisses, but it provides no actual heat, accepting the reality of this emotional defeat.
Walking underneath the massive rusted overpass, watching the heavy icicles forming on the glass. Collar turned up against the absolutely bitter chill, swallowing a tremendously difficult jagged pill, carrying the generational sorrow inside my heavy lungs, speaking the prayers in the forgotten ancient tongues. The metropolis is a frozen, unforgiving concrete beast, starving the poor people at the billionaires' feast. The saxophone cries out into the desolate night, searching desperately for a tiny flicker of light. Echoes bouncing off the frozen brick facade, questioning the intentions of the universe and God. Listen to the tragic, beautiful Brooklyn wail, where the broken promises continually sadly fail. A melancholy symphony played on the frozen string, waiting patiently for the eventual return of spring. Brooklyn wail, a heavy, devastating urban sigh, reaching all the way up to the overcast sky. Plowing through the snowdrifts, blocking the avenue, wondering how I will ever manage to get to you. My boots are soaking wet from the melting slush, surviving the frantic morning commuter rush. The bassline acts as a heavy, thick woolen coat, protecting the fragile vocal cords inside my throat. We huddle around the flaming trash barrel for warmth, enduring the brutality of this psychological storm. Pigeons sheltering, shivering beneath the window ledge, standing dangerously close to the emotional edge. The street lamps flicker, casting a yellow, sickly glow, reflecting off the dirty, accumulated city snow. I sing a lullaby to the ghosts of my romantic past, knowing that this freezing temperature cannot last. The morning dove answers from the fire escape stairs, carrying the heavy burden of my unspoken care. The saxophone cries out into the desolate night, searching desperately for a tiny flicker of light. Echoes bouncing off the frozen brick facade, questioning the intentions of the universe and God. Listen to the tragic, beautiful Brooklyn wail, where the broken promises continually sadly fail. A melancholy symphony played on the frozen string, waiting patiently for the eventual return of spring. Brooklyn wail, a heavy, devastating urban sigh, reaching all the way up to the overcast sky. Let the tears fall down and melt the stubborn ice. We have already paid the ultimate heavy price. The rhythm with all the completely frozen heart, giving us the strength to beautifully restart. So come, hold on, winter passes, keep breathing. Listen to the tragic, beautiful Brooklyn wail, where the broken promises continually sadly fail. A melancholy symphony played on the
the cockpit. Strap into the cockpit, prepare the shuttle launch. Leaving the stratosphere, our determination is staunch. Looking through the porthole at the shrinking globe below, heading toward the galaxies where glowing comets go. Zero gravity suspends my floating silver hair, breathing oxygen from tanks inside the vacuum air. Igniting thrusters rapidly to leave the Milky Way, discovering a universe where alien life forms play.
Rastafari navigating through the asteroid belt, the hottest solar temperatures that I have ever felt. Planting a flag of unity upon the lunar dust. In the cosmic architecture is the only thing we trust.
Cruising past the rings of Saturn in the silver fleet, bringing interstellar rhythm to the Martian street. Telescopes cannot predict the trajectory we take, leaving the magnificent celestial glowing way. Warp speed engage, pushing the throttle lever up, drinking liquid starlight from a shiny meteor cup. Constellations blur into a singular bright beam, living out a spectacular extraterrestrial dream. Igniting the space fire, burning up the cold, a planetary journey that is beautifully bold. Orbiting the supernovas, surfing on the flare, shooting past the nebulas with absolutely no care. Space fire, melting down the frozen satellites, a brilliant explosion in the endless dark night.
Black holes trying desperately to suck my vessel in, but the anti-gravity propulsion guarantees we win. Communicating telepathically across the vast unknown, establishing a colony upon a meteorite throne.
Quantum physics bending to the will of the base, a spiritual awakening within the outer space. Meteorites crashing down, but we expertly dodge, resting safely inside the intergalactic lodge. Plasma streams illuminating the dark matter void, dancing on the surface of a rogue stray asteroid. Wearing a spacesuit tailored with synthetic thread, a billion shining galaxies exploding in my head. We are astronauts of rhythm, pioneers of the sky, watching the magnificent constellations whizzing by. No borders or boundaries exist up in this dome, making the magnificent cosmos our permanent home. Warp speed engage, pushing the throttle lever up, drinking liquid starlight from a shiny meteor cup. Constellations blur into a singular bright beam, living out a spectacular extraterrestrial dream. Igniting the space fire, burning up the cold, a planetary journey that is beautifully bold. Orbiting the supernovas, surfing on the flare, shooting past the nebulas with absolutely no care. Space fire, melting down the frozen satellites, a brilliant explosion in the endless dark night. Telemetry readings indicate a massive sonic boom, echoing endlessly across the universe's room. We bypass Pluto, accelerating past the edge, fulfilling the astronomical visionary pledge. Houston, we have liftoff, approaching the sun, maximum velocity. Stardust falling, igniting the space fire, burning up the coal, a planetary journey that is beautifully bold. Orbiting the supernovas, surfing on the flare, shooting past the nebulas with absolutely no care. Space fire, melting down the frozen satellite, a brilliant explosion in the endless dark night. Drifting away, infinite space, the final frontier, cosmic vibrations. crowded corner. Standing on the crowded corner of the busy intersection, listening to the man providing a spiritual direction. He doesn't wear a robe, just a faded, oversized coat, delivering a magnificent warning directly from his throat. Pedestrians are rushing blindly, staring at their phones, ignoring the truth buried inside his heavy baritone tones. I stop and listen to the parables of the modern age, flipping through his heavily annotated metaphorical page.
Stepping up onto the overturned plastic milk crate, warning the citizens about their impending tragic fate. The subway grate is my altar, the sidewalk is my church, conducting the necessary, deeply philosophical search, translating the graffiti sprayed upon the brick wall, answering the incredibly heavy divine ancestral call. Sirens try to drown me out with that terrifying scream, but I am waking the people from their capitalistic dream. No stained glass windows, no collection plate to pass, just the unfiltered reality reflecting in the dirty glass, deciphering the omens hidden in the metropolitan noise, amplifying the volume of the marginalized, forgotten voice. Listen closely to the warnings of the concrete prophet. Once the revelation starts, they cannot ever stop it, preaching the absolute truth to the unyielding pavement, escaping from the psychological corporate enslavement. Concrete prophet, a visionary in the absolute dirt, healing the degenerational, unacknowledged hurt. The neon signs are flashing their deceptive false idols, but I am consulting the ancient universally true titles. I point my weathered finger at the towering skyscrapers, exposing the corruption hidden in their official papers. The rain starts to fall, washing the grime from my face, but I refuse to abandon this highly contested holy space. My congregation consists of the homeless and the strays, guiding them safely through the terrifying dark days. I pull out my notebook and write down every single word, the most profound poetry that the city has ever heard. He speaks in riddles that unlock the heavy iron doors, revealing the casualties of their invisible silent war. The police officers tell him to immediately move along, but he responds with a deeply beautiful, defiant song. A disciple of the asphalt, a student of the intersection, finding an incredibly pure, highly spiritual connection. Stained glass windows, no collection plate to pass, just the unfiltered reality reflecting in the dirty glass, deciphering the omens hidden in the metropolitan noise, amplifying the volume of the marginalized, forgotten voice. Listen closely to the warnings of the concrete prophet. Once the revelation starts, they cannot ever stop it, preaching the absolute truth to the unyielding pavement, escaping from the psychological corporate enslavement. Concrete prophet, a visionary in the absolute dirt, healing the degenerational, unacknowledged hurts. The writing is clearly on the wall if you simply look. He memorized the passages of the universally banned book, a lonely voice crying out in the metallic wilderness, replacing the hostility with a beautiful tenderness. Hear the truth, open your eyes. Babylon is falling, wake up, hey, hey. Listen closely to the warnings of the concrete prophet. Once the revelation starts, they cannot ever stop it. Preaching the absolute truth to the unyielding pavement, escaping from the psychological corporate enslavement. Concrete prophet, a visionary in the absolute dirt, healing the degenerational, unacknowledged hurt. The crowd disperses, message delivered. The
approaches, the city starts to transform. I am stepping out into the center of the storm, wearing neon colors that glow completely bright, searching for the ultimate sonic appetite. The underground bunker is hidden out of view, only accessible to the chosen lucky few. Elevator descending into the basement deep, where the nocturnal creatures refuse to go to sleep.
Sound system operator plugging in the thick cables, wiping down the surface of the dual turntables. Amplifier tubes glowing a dangerous hot red, preparing to unleash the thunder in your head. Testing the microphone, saying check 1 and 2, sending massive shock waves directly into you. The concrete foundation is beginning to crack. Once you feel the pressure, you can never go back.
Dial up the frequency, maximize the gain. Let the heavy audio wash away the brain. Physical sensation taking over every nerve. We are heading straight into a dangerous curve. We need the bass tonight, rattling the chest, putting the subwoofers to the ultimate test. Lower than the ocean, deeper than the sea. This is the pinnacle of acoustic mastery. Bass tonight, vibrating through the bone, entering a completely alternate zone.
Seismic activity registering off the charts, synchronizing perfectly with our beating hearts. The needle hits the groove, a microscopic spark, igniting an explosion in the completely dark. Rivals try to clash, but the speakers are too weak. They cannot comprehend the language that we speak, dominating thoroughly the auditory space, wiping every challenger completely from the place.
Laser beams cutting through the artificial fog, living like a shadow in the digital catalog. My pulse is dictated by the master engineer. The outside world completely disappears. Sub-harmonic frequencies massaging my spine, crossing over the designated safety line, surrendering my body to the overwhelming force, letting the vibration take its natural course. Dial up the frequency, maximize the gain. Let the heavy audio wash away the brain. Physical sensation taking over every nerve. We are heading straight into a dangerous curve. We need the bass tonight, rattling the chest, putting the subwoofers to the ultimate test. Lower than the ocean, deeper than the sea. This is the pinnacle of acoustic mastery. Bass tonight, vibrating through the bone, entering a completely alternate zone. Can you feel it dropping lower, going down? Are the windows shattering all around? Gravity is suspended in this heavy atmosphere. The only thing that matters is the noise we hear.
Lower,
Deeper,
maximum pressure. Release.
we need the bass tonight, rattling the chest, putting the subwoofers to the ultimate test. Lower than the ocean, deeper than the sea. This is the pinnacle of acoustic mastery. Bass tonight, vibrating through the bone, entering a completely alternate zone. plastic cardboard crates, searching for the legendary, incredibly rare acetates, wearing sequin bell-bottoms and massive hoop rings, appreciating the beauty of tangible, physical things.
The album cover artwork is a masterpiece of design, pulling out a classic record from 1979, blowing the dust carefully off the black circular wax, preparing to play the most spectacular groovy tracks. Yeah, dropping the diamond stylus onto the spinning disc, taking a beautiful analog auditory risk. The tube amplifier glowing with the comfortable warm heat, delivering the authentic uncompressed heavy beat. No digital files, no invisible streaming cloud, just the authentic vibration playing beautifully loud. 33 and a third revolutions per minute, throwing out entire dedicated souls directly in it. The crackles and the pops add a wonderful character, a beautiful imperfection that makes it entirely better, preserving the history embedded in the tiny grooves, creating a magical atmosphere that physically moves. Basking in the retro, spectacular vinyl glamour, escaping the noisy modern digital glamour. The aesthetic is timeless, the fidelity is pure, providing a nostalgic musical magical cure. Vinyl glamour, a tribute to the golden age, turning back the beautiful historical page. Yeah. Reading the liner notes printed on the paper sleeve, discovering exactly what the legendary artist believed. The turntable belt spinning, a heavy aluminum platter, making the superficial modern pop completely shatter. We skip the track by manually lifting the tone arm, protecting the delicate groove from any possible harm. The smell of old cardboard is incredibly intoxicating, rewarding the patience of our dedicated waiting. Dancing barefoot across the shag carpet floor, this analog experience leaves me begging for more. The disco ball reflecting off the shiny black surface, giving not even a completely wonderful purpose. We took the record carefully over to the B-side, enjoying the spectacular 45-minute ride. The heavy dub echoes bouncing off the wallpapered wall, answering the vintage stereophonic beautiful call. The crackles and the pops add a wonderful character, a beautiful imperfection that makes it entirely better, preserving the history embedded in the tiny grooves, creating a magical atmosphere that physically moves. Basking in the retro, spectacular vinyl glamour, escaping the noisy modern digital glamour. The aesthetic is timeless, the fidelity is pure, providing a nostalgic musical magical cure. Vinyl glamour, a tribute to the golden age, turning back the beautiful historical page. Yeah, the algorithm cannot predict what we actually feel. The analog format makes the emotion completely real. Keep the needle completely clean, protect the fragile wax, enjoying the warmth of the absolute finest tracks. Spit it back, or flip the side. Whoa, whoa, warm analog, retro vibes. Basking in the retro, spectacular vinyl glamour, escaping the noisy modern digital. Oh, digital glamour, it's timeless, the fidelity is pure, providing a nostalgic musical magical cure. Vinyl glamour, a tribute to the golden age, turning back the beautiful historical page. Record finished, lift the needle, beautiful sound, timeless.
tarot cards upon the subway grate, predicting the incredibly unpredictable fate. The high priestess illustrated in the neon dye, translating the omens painted in the smoggy sky. Reading tea leaves at the bottom of the paper cup, warning the pedestrians to never ever give up. Incense smoke mingling with the carbon monoxide, revealing the secrets that the politicians hide.
Decoding the graffiti sprayed upon the brick wall, hearing the prophetic supernatural loud call. Pigeons acting as familiars in the concrete maze, guiding me safely through the metropolitan haze. Throwing the cowrie shells onto the asphalt street, prophesying victory while predicting their defeat. I am the shaman operating in the digital age, writing a new chapter on a holographic page. Sorcery vibrating through the optical fiber lines, interpreting the cryptic astrological signs. Magic is entirely alive within the city grid, lifting up the heavy conspiratorial lid. Consult the urban mystic, the oracle of the black, unlocking the future without a key or a lock. Seeing the invisible dimensions overlapping here, making the complicated mysteries absolutely clear. Urban mystic, a visionary in a hooded cloak, summoning the spirits through the thick industrial smoke. Sirens acting as a terrifying loud chant, watering the solitary mutated city plant. Meditating deeply inside the abandoned train car, projecting my consciousness spectacularly far. Cybernetic talismans glowing in the pitch dark, finding a spiritual center in the crowded park. The matrix is an illusion, the frequency is real, spinning the gigantic karmic astrological wheel.
Crystal pendulum swinging over the map of the town, sensing where the corrupt structures are breaking down. Brewing a potion out of the collected raindrops, selling my remedies inside the corner bodega shops. Or reading the strangers passing on the avenue, identifying the liars and separating the true. Whispering incantations into the cellular phone, entering the supernatural clairvoyant zone. Sorcery vibrating through the optical fiber lines, interpreting the cryptic astrological signs. Magic is entirely alive within the city grid, lifting up the heavy conspiratorial lid. Consult the urban mystic, the oracle of the black, unlocking the future without a key or a lock. Seeing the invisible dimensions overlapping here, making the complicated mysteries absolutely clear. Urban mystic, a visionary in a hooded cloak, summoning the spirits through the thick industrial smoke. The third eye is wide open, scanning the metropolis, staring directly into the bottomless apocalypse. Frequencies are shifting, the paradigm will fall. The mystic saw it coming before it happened to all. See the truth beyond the concrete, the cards never lie. Awaken the spirit. Consult the urban mystic, the oracle of the black, unlocking the future without a key or a lock. Seeing the invisible dimensions overlapping here, making the complicated mysteries absolutely clear. Urban mystic, a visionary in a hooded cloak, summoning the spirits through the thick industrial smoke. The vision fades at the cards, city sleeps, magic remains. out into the center of the storm, wearing neon colors that glow completely bright, searching for the ultimate sonic appetite. The underground bunker is hidden out of view, only accessible to the chosen lucky few. Elevator descending into the basement deep, where the nocturnal creatures refuse to go to sleep.
Sound system operator plugging in the thick cables, wiping down the surface of the dual turntables. Amplifier tubes glow in a dangerous hot red, preparing to unleash the thunder in your head.
Testing the microphone, saying check 1 and 2, sending massive shockwaves directly into you. The concrete foundation is beginning to crack. Once you feel the pressure, you can never go back. Dial up the frequency, maximize the gain. Let the heavy audio wash away the brain. Physical sensation taking over every nerve. We are heading straight into a dangerous curve. We need the bass tonight, rattling the chest, putting the subwoofers to the ultimate test. Lower than the ocean, deeper than the sea, this is the pinnacle of acoustic mastery. Bass tonight, vibrating through the bone, entering a completely alternate zone.
Seismic activity registering off the charts, synchronizing perfectly with our beating hearts. The needle hits the groove, a microscopic spark, igniting an explosion in the completely dark.
Rivals try to clash, but their speakers are too weak. They cannot comprehend the language that we speak, dominating thoroughly the auditory space, wiping every challenger completely from the place. Laser beams cutting through the artificial fog, living like a shadow in a digital catalog. My pulse is dictated by the master engineer. The outside world completely disappears. Subharmonic frequencies massaging my spine, crossing over the designated safety lines, surrendering my body to the overwhelming force, letting the vibration take its natural course. Dial up the frequency, maximize the gain. Let the heavy audio wash away the brain. Physical sensation taking over every nerve. We are heading straight into a dangerous curve. We need the bass tonight, rattling the chest, putting the subwoofers to the ultimate test. Lower than the ocean, deeper than the sea, this is the pinnacle of acoustic mastery. Bass tonight, vibrating through the bone, entering a completely alternate zone. Can you feel it dropping lower, going down? All the windows shattering all around. Gravity is suspended in this heavy atmosphere. The only thing that matters is the noise we hear. Deeper, maximum pressure, release. We need a bass tonight, rattling the chest, putting the subwoofers to the ultimate test. Lower than the ocean, deeper than the sea, this is the pinnacle of acoustic mastery. Bass tonight, vibrating through the bone, entering a completely alternate zone. System overload, speakers smoking, ringing in the ears, fade to black. Stepping into the massive, stepping into the massive glass botanical dome, leaving the cold, unforgiving city to find a new home. Condensation dripping from the gigantic fern leaves. A spectacular environment that my spirit receives. Orchids blooming brilliantly in the artificial moonlight, creating an absolutely stunning, colorful sight. Taking off my sandals to feel the damp, rich soil, escaping entirely from the metropolitan turmoil.
Hey, the humidity is rising inside this giant terrarium, a beautifully preserved botanical aquarium. We cultivate the rhythm underneath the glass ceiling, experiencing a completely natural euphoric feeling. The bass frequency makes the massive palm trees shake, a magnificent vibration that we successfully make. Roots digging deeply into the cultivated dark dirt, healing every single accumulated psychological hurt. The temperature is perfectly regulated in this space, a highly secretive, beautifully overgrown place. Flora and fauna responding to the heavy dub beat, creating an undeniable, exceptionally sticky heat. Dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular, biological deep connection. Vines wrapping securely around the steel structural beams, fulfilling the most ambitious agricultural dreams. The subwoofer is disguised as a hollowed outlaw, pumping the music through the thick artificial fog. We are the gardeners of the auditory heavy sound, planting the musical seeds deeply into the ground. The canopy catches the echoes bouncing from below, watching the bioluminescent mushrooms softly glow.
Petals opening up to receive the acoustic vibration, a beautifully localized environmental salvation. My dress sweeps across the mossy emerald green, the most magnificent garden I have ever seen. Oxygen levels are incredibly, exceptionally high. Looking through the glass at the distant starry sky, we are dancing in a perfectly sealed ecosystem, extracting the beauty from the complex plant stem. The temperature is perfectly regulated in this space, a highly secretive, beautifully overgrown place. Flora and fauna responding to the heavy dub beat, creating an undeniable, exceptionally sticky heat. Dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular, biological deep connection. Let the artificial rain shower upon the crowd, play the organic instruments exceptionally loud. The glass walls protect us from the freezing outside, a magnificent sanctuary where we can safely hide. Humid air, breathe deeply, roots growing, glass stone, dancing wildly upon the tropical floor, opening up a leafy, magnificent green door. A jungle oasis hidden completely out of sight, celebrating nature throughout the entire night. Tropical floor, a greenhouse of pure perfection, a spectacular, biological deep connection. Watering the plants, greenhouse sleeps, tropical vibes, so lush. Stepping into the massive. reality is fragile and the illusions are hard. Vendors selling glass jars filled with forgotten dreams. Nothing in this bizarre district is exactly what it seems.
I trade a silver coin for a potion of lost memories, unlocking the incredibly strange multi-dimensional keys. The sky above is painted a swirling, impossible magenta, wandering blindly into the completely unknown center. Clocks on the brick walls are ticking entirely backward. The gravitational pull is feeling incredibly awkward. Buying a handful of stardust from the merchant tent, wondering exactly where the concept of sanity went. The psychic readers decipher the patterns in the smoke, revealing the cosmic punchline of the universal joke. I am a traveler stuck between the shifting parallel realms, navigating the ship with absolutely no recognizable helms.
The architecture bends and twists in the strange twilight, eradicating the boundary between the day and the night. A magical realism heavily dripping from the eaves, gathering the falling glow and supernatural leaves. Getting lost forever down a mystic avenue, discovering a completely different alternate view, where the impossible happens on a daily routine. The most hallucinatory, bizarre ever seen. Mystic Avenue, adhering the dimensional fabric, experiencing the highly unusual auditory magic.
Hey! Lanterns floating upwards without any visible strings, listening to the mutant bird that telepathically sings. The bassline is the snake charmer, mesmerizing the mind, leaving the logical, rational explanations far behind. I purchase a map that constantly changes its own ink, sitting at the edge of the incredibly terrifying brink. The shopkeepers speak a language of pure ringing bells, trapped inside their beautiful, fascinating, dizzying spell.
Mirrors reflecting faces that I have never actually worn, watching a beautiful miniature acoustic galaxy be born. My shadow detaches itself and dances on the brick wall, answering the incredibly strange supernatural call. Drinking the neon elixir that allows me to finally fly, hovering gently beneath the impossible magenta sky. The reggae rhythm warps and bends out of natural shape, providing a magnificent, deeply psychological escape. The architecture bends and twists in the strange twilight, eradicating the boundary between the day and the night. A magical realism heavily dripping from the eaves, gathering the falling glow and supernatural leaves. Getting lost forever down a mystic avenue, discovering a completely different alternate view, where the impossible happens on a daily routine. The most hallucinatory, bizarre ever seen. Mystic Avenue, adhering the dimension Stepping out the private elevator onto the penthouse suite, wearing exclusive designer labels down to my feet. Panoramic windows displaying the glittering skyline, sipping on a vintage, incredibly expensive rare wine. But the superficial conversations start to deeply bore. I am actively searching for something fundamentally more. Beneath the diamond necklace beats a hungry tribal drum, waiting for the authentic, heavy vibrations to come.
Walking past the velvet rope without an invitation, causing a massive controversial elite sensation. Dreadlocks neatly tied back, wearing the tailored suit, carrying the spiritual message, bearing the righteous fruit. The billionaires are staring, clutching their mahogany canes, but the regal blood of kings runs directly through my veins. Serving organic herbal tea inside the corporate boardroom, sweeping away the materialistic artificial gloom. Bridging the massive gap between the dirt and the sky, watching the private helicopters gracefully fly by. Money is an illusion, but the rhythm is entirely real, changing the fundamental way the upper echelons feel. Witness the arrival of the uptown Rasta, dining on the caviar, rejecting the fake pasta, bringing the foundational roots to the luxury elite, making the wealthy executives dance upon their feet. Uptown Rasta, infiltrating the highest top floor, opening up a completely unexpected wealthy door. Valet parking the imported, customized luxury car, but keeping my internal compass pointed to the star. Investing the heavy profits back into the neighborhood, using the massive financial leverage for the greater good. Stock markets are crashing, but my soul is secure, because the message I carry is mathematically pure. Chanting the ancient psalms inside the marble hall, watching the superficial arrogant empires fall.
Trading my stilettos for a comfortable, grounded stance, inviting the high society to a spiritual dance. The paparazzi flashing cameras at the charity gather, while I am secretly channeling the energy of the moolah. My bank account is heavy, but my spirit is extremely light, illuminating the incredibly dark, privileged night. We are rewriting the rules of the exclusive country club, injecting the atmosphere with the sophisticated dub. Bridging the massive gap between the dirt and the sky, watching the private helicopters gracefully fly by. Money is an illusion, but the rhythm is entirely real, changing the fundamental way the upper echelons feel. Witness the arrival of the uptown Rasta, dining on the caviar, rejecting the fake pasta, bringing the foundational roots to the luxury elite, making the wealthy executives dance upon their feet. Uptown Rasta, infiltrating the highest top floor, opening up a completely unexpected wealthy door.
Gold bars cannot purchase a ticket to the Zion Gate.
We are teaching the billionaires how to elevate.
The penthouse is vibrating from the massive subwoofer,
Turning the skeptical CEO into a dedicated groover.
first class.
Roots and culture,
Elevate your mind.
high society scan. Witness the arrival of the uptown Rasta, dining on the caviar, rejecting the fake pasta, bringing the foundational roots to the luxury elite,
Making the wealthy
executives dance upon their feet. Uptown Rasta, infiltrating the highest top floor, opening up a completely unexpected wealthy door.
penthouse view.
Stay grounded, true wealth.
Bless her.
Bless up. proudly on my face. My nails are sharp and claws ready to defend. I will never bow down, I will absolutely never bend. The asphalt is my territory, marked by my scent. Ignoring the eviction notices that they constantly send. Surviving the brutal winter and the scorching summer, marching exactly to the beat of my own drummer.
A magnificent mane of dreadlocks flowing in the wind, carrying the heavy burdens of where I have sinned. The king of the urban jungle, roaming very free, refusing to climb the branches of a poison tree.
My roar shakes the foundation of the massive high-rise, instilling pure terror in my enemies' eyes, protecting the innocent cubs from the wicked snare, breathing resilience into the polluted thick air, prowling through the shadow, hunting for the truth, possessing the wisdom of age and the fire of youth. No cage can contain this magnificent wild beast. We are the apex predators of the ultimate feast. Beware the wrath of the mighty concrete lion, defending the borders of the metropolitan Zion. Teeth made of iron, muscles carved from stone, sitting proudly upon a highly contested throne. Concrete lion, ruling the dangerous avenue, demanding the ultimate respect that is fully due.
Hyenas are laughing nervously in the dark alley, but I am the undisputed ruler of this concrete valley. I smell the cowardice sweating from their pores, winning all the silent psychological cold war. Stomping my paws firmly upon the solid ground, generating a massive, intimidating, heavy sound. The royalty of the street cannot be bought or sold, a legendary story that is constantly retold.
Camouflage perfectly against the brick and mortar. I am a fierce, unrelenting, dedicated daughter. My instinct is sharper than a newly forged blade, refusing to be hidden inside the cowardly shade, protecting my pride with a vicious sudden swipe, ignoring entirely the superficial media hype. I am elegance mixed with a terrifying might, a beautiful nightmare arriving in the dead of night, prowling through the shadows, hunting for the truth, possessing the wisdom of age and the fire of youth. No cage can contain this magnificent wild beast. We are the apex predators of the ultimate feast. Beware the wrath of the mighty concrete lion, defending the borders of the metropolitan Zion. Teeth made of iron, muscles carved from stone, sitting proudly upon a highly contested throne. Concrete lion, ruling the dangerous avenue, demanding the ultimate respect that is fully due. Let them try to build a fence, keep us entirely in. We will smash the barricades and let the chaos begin. The spirit of the wilderness thrives in the cement, a magnificent force that was beautifully set. Watch my step, king of the street. Hear me roar, bow down. Beware the wrath of the mighty concrete lion, defending the borders of the metropolitan Zion. Teeth made of iron, muscles carved from stone, sitting proudly upon a highly contested throne. Concrete lion, ruling the dangerous avenue, demanding the ultimate respect that is fully due. Jungle